2 Subtle Ways Gatekeeping Impacts Our Lives by a psychologist. We can directly influence the amount of information we access and share, both in our personal lives and with others. Here's why gatekeeping often becomes exclusionary. Every day, we're bombarded with messages, news updates, social media posts, emails, and conversations. But have you ever stopped to think about how much information never actually reaches you? Whether in personal communication or mass media, what we see and hear is carefully filtered through a process known as gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is the practice of controlling access to information, opportunities, and resources. It decides what gets shared, who gets heard, and ultimately, who holds power. From journalists and editors shaping news narratives to algorithms curating our social media feeds, gatekeepers play a crucial role in what information makes it to us and what gets left out. Interestingly enough, we may all engage in gatekeeping, often without realizing it. It can be helpful, like when a CEO's assistant filters out unnecessary meetings so they can focus on critical decisions. In this case, gatekeeping keeps things running smoothly. Yet, gatekeeping can also create barriers. In academia, for example, knowledge is sometimes restricted by institutional gatekeeping, whether through elitism, limited access to resources, or faculty who control what information gets shared with students. This can reinforce hierarchies and make it harder for some to access opportunities. Gatekeeping is embedded in our daily lives. It influences our relationships, careers, and even how we see ourselves. Here are 2 ways gatekeeping shapes our personal and professional worlds. 1. Tight-knit friendship groups create barriers to entry. In high schools, universities, and even workplaces, it's common to see tight-knit friend groups that share inside jokes, stick together, and subtly decide who gets to be part of their inner circle. If you happen to share something with one of them, chances are the whole group will hear about it. These friend groups often establish unspoken rules about who belongs, acting as gatekeepers, sometimes to maintain harmony, other times to exclude outsiders. On one hand, this can be positive. Strong friendships provide a sense of belonging, help shape identity, and create a reliable support system. However, when gatekeeping turns rigid, it can lead to unhealthy dynamics, think cliques, groupthink, and social exclusion. It's not always a mean girls situation, but when barriers to entry become too strict, it could start to feel that way. The concept of friendship gatekeeping connects closely with the idea of the local bubble at universities. Just as tight-knit friend groups decide who gets to be part of their circle, local students at universities often stick with familiar social groups, making it harder for outsiders, especially international students, to integrate. This unspoken social gatekeeping helps maintain the local bubble. Since many local students already have established friendships from school or their communities, they may not actively seek new relationships with international students. Similarly, international students, sensing this barrier, often form their own social circles, reinforcing the international bubble. This could lead both to miss out on valuable cross-cultural learning and friendships. 2. Leaders shape careers through gatekeeping. In any workplace, gatekeeping plays a crucial role in shaping careers. Leaders and managers decide who gets opportunities, promotions, and mentorship. When done right, mentorship is a positive form of gatekeeping. It guides and supports growth. Mentors share tools, resources, and support to help mentees succeed and become better leaders. Essentially, leaders need to be open, available, and accessible to employees. A 2021 study published in GroupM. Organization management shows that inclusive leadership leads to positive effects on teamwork, commitment, psychological safety, and innovation. It also boosts creativity, engagement, and performance. Research shows that gatekeeping information in the workplace proves useful in internal projects where not everyone needs the same information, but for broader tasks, direct communication works better. Sometimes gatekeeping becomes a tool for control rather than empowerment. For example, a senior colleague might withhold key information from a newcomer, making it harder for them to navigate workplace systems or integrate smoothly. This can be an intentional power move, reinforcing hierarchies and slowing down someone's progress. At its core, gatekeeping stems from our natural tendency to belong to a group and consequently define insiders and outsiders. While some boundaries are necessary for maintaining structure, excessive exclusivity can harm workplace culture. It can limit diversity, hinder collaboration, and create an unwelcoming environment. Striking a balance between healthy boundaries and open access is essential for creating an inclusive and thriving workplace. Gatekeeping is everywhere, in our friendships, workplaces, and even the information we access daily. Sometimes it helps maintain order, protect our time, and ensure the right people get the right opportunities. Other times it creates unnecessary barriers, making people feel excluded or stuck. The challenge isn't to eliminate gatekeeping entirely, but to be more mindful of how we use it. Are we keeping things fair and open, or are we shutting people out? By being more inclusive in the way we share knowledge, opportunities, and connections, we can create spaces where everyone has a chance to grow, belong, and contribute.